Alright guys, today we're going to be reacting to a man who donated his own seeds, forced to pay child support, 40% of his paycheck. Golly, man, this is... Wow, you read some of these titles, you can't even believe it's true. Welcome to the wall.
Welcome to the wall. In today's video, we will see a woman who sued her son's sperm donor and managed to get 40% of his salary for support. We will see this woman's story and how this man made a video accusing her of violating his rights. We want to invite you to smash that like button. Let's support the movement. Subscribe to the channel. That's the only contribution we ask from you, man. Add your grain of sand to the movement. Share your experience in the comments for any man who might need it. Without further introduction, let's begin.
I successfully sued my sperm donor and now I get 40% of his paycheck. You have no idea how happy this makes me because now I can be a stay-at-home mom because 40% of his paycheck can support me fully financially. So what happened was I'm a lesbian and I can't have babies the natural way, obviously. So I went the IVF route and I went to a sperm bank and I bought sperm. I get pregnant, I have my baby, I'm living with my girlfriend, she's working full-time, so she's supporting us financially, and then all of a sudden she decides she wants to break up, and she refuses to give me child support. She said, I don't want anything to do with this baby, I'm not on the birth certificate, I'm not legally obligated to take care of them, I'm out. And I said, well shit, what am I gonna do now? Then it occurred to me, I could sue the baby's biological father.
Wow.
I mean, the baby wouldn't be here without him, right?
Wow.
So my friend that works at the sperm bank got me my sperm donor's contact info, and I texted him, and I acted like it was the wrong number. And we ended up making plans. We were texting back and forth for a while. We ended up making plans to meet up, and I hung out with him for a few months, befriended him, and then I got a DNA sample off of
Wow,
his cup.
there should be some crime here, man. I'm sorry, guys. There should be some crime here.
One day, like, swabbed it for his saliva. I sent it in and made sure that he actually was the biological father of my child, and he was. So I took him to court to get child support, and they granted me 40% of his paycheck.
Wow.
Honestly, I thought I had seen it all with modern women, but can you believe this crap? Women's rights have reached a point in this country where even sperm donors are being forced to pay. Isn't there supposed to be privacy between the company and the donor?
There should be like a HIPAA. I think there's a HIPAA violation there. That's crazy, man.
But even worse is the way she tracked this man down. This man can sue her, sue the company, and imprison the guy who released his information. This is the craziest thing I've heard so far. Modern women will make us extinct because now we won't even donate our sperm. But check out the next video. It's the man talking about this.
I successfully sued my sperm donor, and now I get 40% of his paycheck.
I'm the sperm donor, and yes, I've been court-ordered to pay roughly 40% of my paycheck to this random woman and her child. The thing is, when I was 18, 19 years old, I was in the Marines, short on cash, and I thought it would be a good idea to donate some sperm for some easy money. I made a total of $150, and it came back to bite me because now I'm paying this woman thousands of dollars a month for a child I had no part in making or wanting. I did sign an agreement at the time stating that I would not be held liable for anything that happens to the sperm after I donated it, but I guess some laws changed and she found a legal loophole that states that I now have responsible for the child, so now I have to pay her monthly. It doesn't make any sense. I'm working on appealing it, so if anybody has...
I was gonna say that sounds like an appeal. Man, how in the hell you as a judge, man, it has to be a woman. Has to be a woman, bro. No way there's... Man, wow. It could be a guy, too. I don't know, man. How in the hell would you even think about this making sense?
Ideas or knows anybody who knows a good lawyer, send them my way because this is just unfair.
If there is any lawyer watching this, please leave a comment with an answer about this. How the hell can they force a sperm donor to pay child support? Because if this man's sperm results in more than 10 children, would he have to pay for all of them? The worst part is that this could set a precedent because this video is viral. Women without husbands or who are on the wall want to get pregnant to force men to pay for a child without their consent. I would spend every last penny suing the sperm company because this is unheard of. For those watching, this shows what a woman is capable of to avoid taking responsibility for her actions. We all know that responsibility for a woman is kryptonite, but to go as far as stealing a man's DNA to stick him with child support? It reminds me of what single mothers do when Chad gets them pregnant. They find a beta provider, ask him to give the child Chad's last name, and then sue him for child support. That's how bad single mothers are.
Wow.
I successfully sued my sperm donor, and now I get 40% of his paycheck. You have no idea.
There is a reason I never practiced family law. And if somebody had come to me with this kind of fact pattern, I would have said no. Absolutely not. Now, I saw this video because of his reaction video, the sperm donor who was actually sued on this. I have so many questions. First of all, I want to know what state she's in. I want to know what state made this possible. Second of all, why did she think that other people had to be responsible for you having a child? You went and you did this. And here's the thing with family law. What I do know, which again, it's not my practice area, it hasn't been an area that I've really spent any time in other than helping friends and family. And, you know, we have to learn it to pass the bar exam, and I have 2 licenses. So I've learned what I need to. The state doesn't want you to be reliant on them. So if there is an opportunity for you to get child support in a one-night stand or a relationship where a child was produced, that kind of a thing, the state is going to say, yeah, that's 50-50. But in this case, you went to a sperm bank, and talk about like the violation of him being able to get that information. I mean, if I were representing him, or if I were even practicing family law, here is an area that I would focus on. I would focus on dads who are being screwed. No pun intended. But I would be focusing on dads because I've come across so many dads and men who the tables have flipped a lot, and women get a lot more deference in the courts. And in this situation, it is just appalling to me that he is having to pay 40% of his paycheck.
Crazy, man.
For he's
Crazy. I mean, and where's feminism in this one? How can you see something like this and it makes sense that it's okay? How? I think at the end of the day, it's all about what, guys? It's all about control and power. It's all about using men to extract the resources. That's what it is.
sold the product. He sold his sperm. Like, that was the end of that transaction, and that's where it should have stayed. And so I don't know how long ago this was. There's statutes. There's all kinds of different things on here. So this is not legal advice. Hypothetically, if I was representing him, I would be suing that sperm bank and making sure that they weren't giving away his information illegally. And that friend who did that. And then the woman. How conniving and like, I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna befriend you so that I can get your DNA sample and then take you to court. I'm appalled, and it's kind of screaming I represented myself. And family law is one of those areas that you can represent yourself in. Not recommended, but it is something that is supposed to be a little bit more user friendly, because we all have the right to have access to the courts. I'm shocked at this video. It sounds like a fucked up bar exam question is what it sounds like. And
Damn.
I can't.
Yeah, but where people just the outrage? Where's the people outrage on this? Where's the? I just don't get. I don't understand how we just go through stuff like this and we don't fight against the abuse. We just let it happen. And I don't know. Maybe it had to be something with the water that we drinking. I don't know, but this is bad. And the guy looks like, man, like you guys, like it's becoming to a place where our own system that we built, it's just built archaic. Not archaic. How can I say this? It's built to just destroy men in a weird way. It's weird.
And she's proud of it. She's so proud. Make it make sense.
You heard right. The state doesn't want you to depend on it. And since someone has to pay, your DNA says you're the father. So yes, pay child support for the woman who used your sperm to get pregnant.
And it is lesbian.
This sounds as crazy as it is. This is the abuse against men in this country. Men have no rights when it comes to family law. If you go out with a woman for one night and she gets pregnant, even if you don't want the child, you are obligated to support it. But if she wants an abortion, you have no right to say anything because it's her body. There are cases as bad as the cleaning lady at a motel who, when a businessman was with an escort, picked up the used condom with his sperm to get pregnant by him and years later forced him to pay child support. Or the women who are with athletes or singers, like what happened to Drake when a woman tried to do the same thing. Drake put something in the condom that sent her to the hospital. Brothers, take care of your seed because these women don't want to work.
I will be suing everyone that has shared my videos without tagging me. I recently posted a video where I said I sued my sperm donor and got 40% of his paycheck. It was obviously satire, especially if you saw the video from my account and you can click on my profile, you see satire account in the bio. But so many people have used that video to make me look bad. And because of that, I have lost my job.
Good. Good.
And so I'm suing you for defamation.
Nah, we didn't we didn't do anything. We just allowed you to speak. That's all we did. That's all we did. You spoke.
People to go online and look for all the accounts that have shared that video without tagging me. And we already have a long list of names and we continue to add more. So hopefully if you have it up and you haven't tagged me, you still have time to take it down before my team finds it. But I just wanted to give you guys a forewarning so you have time to hire a legal team, get your case together so you have a chance to win. But I will say my lawyers are very good. You know, I was able to win a case against a sperm donor, which is almost impossible.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
This woman, from what I've seen on her profile, also has a video where she says she sued her parents for conceiving her without her consent.
Wow.
I don't know if this is real or not.
No way, bro. Wow, man. And the fact that some courts will take this seriously.
But what is real is that this woman has a need for attention and looks for any controversial topic to get men's attention. She's threatening everyone, as you can see, because she claims she's being defamed. But I don't know what she hoped to achieve with a video that should outrage half the population of the country, both men and women. The problem is the comments on those videos, where you see feminists saying everyone should do this.
Yeah.
They don't consider that a man donating his sperm is more of a favor to women, who often find themselves single and wanting to be mothers. Thanks to a man who decided to donate his seed, this woman was able to have children. But as I said, women don't value anything that comes from a man, even when it's a privilege.
I successfully sued my sperm donor and now I get 40% of his paycheck.
I'm the sperm donor, and yes, I've been court ordered to pay roughly 40% of my paycheck to this random woman and her child.
To all the people asking me about my opinions on these videos, I have no opinions because they're sketches. This is not a real situation. What they are claiming in this sketch is not legally possible. If you need more proof, satire account. And if you are wondering why I was tagged in these videos a lot, it is because my name is Laura High and I am your donor conceived person of TikTok. And to the people who made these videos and these stitches, I totally know that these are sketches. This was a fun little video you made with a fun little, story that you thought would, go viral, which it did. Unfortunately, I don't think you know what you just did. You essentially created free propaganda for the fertility industry. Again, I know you didn't mean to. I know it's just a little sketch, but that's what happened. As a donor-conceived advocate and somebody who's literally actively lobbied for laws for a better regulated fertility industry in Washington, D.C., one of the biggest things that we advocate is for transparency. Because the fertility industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry and it is the most unregulated.
Yo, what's up with female just, doing stuff like... I'm doing the video.
Branch of medicine.
What's up with these females, man? They just trying to just... I don't know what the hell's going on with them, man. At some point, man, they have to start smelling the coffin, guys. They have to sell Serenity
And there
coffee.
is virtually no transparency, so recipient parents have no idea actually what they're purchasing. I always compare the fertility industry to the Fae. They are not going to outright lie, but they are not going to tell you the whole truth. And when we argue for transparency, the fertility industry says, no, transparency would be very dangerous. And that sketch that you just did is literally the situation the fertility industry claims would happen is if we had more transparency. And when donor-conceived people actively try to get an updated medical history from their donors, the donors say that, no, I'm not going to give them an updated medical history because they claim that your sketch is a real situation. I literally today had to deal with this misinformation, where people are claiming, saying, no, donors can totally be sued for child support. Like, people literally think this is real. If you are a donor and you go through the fertility industry, it is impossible. You cannot be sued for child support. And as you can see from your comment section, people don't know it's a sketch. Again, I know you didn't mean it, but for like literally the next year, I know, I'm going to be shown that sketch as proof as to why transparency can't be had. Your sketch is going to be shown as evidence to me for easily the next year.
All right,
this
man.
is going to cause our
This
advocacy
TikTok-
groups
oh,
such
man,
a mess.
This TikTok video, man, about... Ugh.
Oh, you both owe me a drink. Ah!
The problem with getting involved in sensitive topics is that it makes people unwilling to risk it. What will the women of the purple-haired movement do when men no longer want to donate sperm?
Yeah.
These type
The thing is that, see, no, the females, the problem is if it was fake, right? If it was fake, the problem is that you have females in the comment section saying, yeah, we should do it. Yeah, you go, girl, see? And a lot of people are watching that. Even politicians, I would not be surprised if politicians watch this and say, oh, you know what? We should just move to this side. See how females are just responding to these kind of ideas? We should, next time that we just in the podium, we should. But the thing is, what I notice is the men vote is something that nobody give a damn. Nobody give a damn about the man vote. The male vote, nobody give a damn. But politicians, they cater more to the female vote. So when they do stuff like that, it could be a sketch, but it's an idea how people react to it. If it is a sketch, thank God. Thank God it was a sketch, right? But if it was not a sketch, you know, I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I will see you in the next one.